Hello, welcome to the 10th live stream, guys. The 10th live stream is crazy. You guys think? I feel like we've been doing this for such a short amount of time, honestly. I did not think it was going to be 10 live streams, but these are my 10th one. So I'm very happy to be here with you all. I'm very happy to be back. It's been a week, right? And it's been quite a week for me. Not sure about you guys. Hopefully your week was okay. Hopefully your week was fun. I hope you guys had a really good time, but today is or not today, but this week has been quite busy for me. um, so I'll talk to you guys about that first, and I will get to the actual uh, to the meaning, but the message behind this live stream today. So first, I want to get through how my week has been, because you guys, I want to be able to update you guys on like how the channel is doing too. It's not just about my week, how I've personally been, but also because I wanted to let you guys know that I'm currently working on some videos that I want to talk to you guys about. But first, I'll talk to you about my week. So this week I had 5 tests. That's kind of crazy because you usually only have like 1 or 2 tests a week. But apparently everyone thought it would be a great week to have tests and a great day, particular day to have a test. Wednesday, right in the middle of the week, 3 of my tests were on Wednesday. Just perfect day. Perfect day to have a test. But yeah, apparently, yeah, my teachers felt like my anatomy teacher, my chemistry teacher, and my pre-calc teacher thought it would be a great idea to just have a test on Wednesday. So I had all 3 of those tests, and I had to scramble for each test, get them all done. And then I had another test. Technically, it's not a test, it was a time right, but in my English class, I had to do that on Thursday. And then Friday, I had a US history quiz. So that adds up to about 5 tests, guys. So I was really busy, okay? I did not have a lot of time for things that would have been a lot more fun and fruitful. Instead, it was dry, it was drab, it was just working. And I didn't have a lot of time for other things. And that's actually why I'm mentioning this particular message. It kind of brings this up because it's a really huge thing that has been affecting my life for really all my life. All my life, I've kind of had this problem. But I want to share with you that, in that case, just a bit. But first, before that, I should probably talk about how videos are going. Okay, so recently I've been posting some videos that are actually around the same timeline. Sometimes I post videos that are really old, and I post videos that are somewhat new. This time I've actually like taken the time to just look and see, okay, which ones are the oldest that I still have privated. I publish those ones. I publish the newer ones. I have a much better way of doing it now. Oh, also, we've been posting a lot more recently, guys. Like every 4 days now, I've been doing it instead of every week. I hope you guys like that more. Been making more videos recently. I'm currently dealing with so many videos I have to edit and get them out, but I'm so busy and tired that I have not been editing any of those videos. So I have videos ready, but it's really creating a blockade. It's creating traffic because now I can't make new videos. I have to get these ones out first. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose the videos because I run out of space and the videos don't save. You can see how that becomes a chain reaction. So I've been dealing with some things recently. So that's a little bit hard, but it's okay. We can push these out in November, push more videos out in December, and then we're already in a new year. I mean, it's moving. It moves really fast. It felt like only a couple months ago since I said, "Oh, it's my birthday," and it is actually only a couple months ago. But it feels really quick. Things just move really fast. Um, it's actually something we have to accept. Like I said in a previous live stream, time is of the essence. Every year, things just seem to move a little faster, and you have to be ready for that. You have to prepare yourself and just go with the flow. You just go with what's currently going on. Don't dwell on the past. Don't dwell on the future, which I don't know how you would do, but just focus on the present, okay? Um, but that's not the message for today. The message for today is, if you guys read the title, is why having a few friends is okay. This is actually a conversation that I had with my dad a couple days ago, and then today I also had it because whenever we're in the car, we just start talking about random stuff. We talk about sports a lot, but then we move a little bit further away from just more random things to more personal life sort of things. And I'm really glad we do because my dad, he cares for me, so he wants to check up on how I'm doing socially. And my mom would do just the same. So I talked to him about it. And this is the topic that we basically had, or the kind of conversation he proposed is that he feels like I don't really have a lot of friends. Now, the deal is, the truth is, and I want to share it with you guys because it will hopefully help you guys out when you go out into uh, public institutions like high school and eventually college. Middle school, it doesn't really matter too much, but I feel like you could still apply it to any really uh, institution that's public that you go to. So middle school could possibly be it too, but here's the idea is that how many friends do you make? And the question is it does it matter about how many friends you make? Is it really good to have a whole lot of friends or is it good to have a small amount of friends? The truth is, or my opinion, I don't want to say the truth because it's a subjective question. The true the sorry, my opinion is it doesn't matter how many friends you have. It matters on the quality of your friends. Okay? So I'll give you an example. I actually have a lot of friends. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people don't think I have a lot of friends because the way just my demeanor. My dad personally didn't think I had a lot of friends for the longest time. I kept on reassuring him. I'm like, no, 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 I do have a lot of friends. And the truth is, I do. I have a lot of friends, a couple of friend groups. I actually have, and I know a lot of people. So the amount of people I know is ginormous. The amount of friends I have is probably like around here. The amount of close friends around here. And you can see that it diminishes by a lot every single time. And the reason for that is because, truthfully, I only have a couple of friends that are really close that I would talk to on a day to day basis. I rarely talk to any of my friends on a day to day basis, unless I'm in school, of course. But I'll take, for example, right now, I'm currently having a Thanksgiving break, and thankfully, I'm going to have a December break, winter break, in just a couple of weeks. But right now, I'm focusing on the present, right? So, Thanksgiving break, like I have got 9 days off, okay? So, I'm doing good right now, focusing on homework. I haven't talked to any of my friends ever since Friday when I got out of school, except for two of my friends. So you can see here, it doesn't really matter how many friends you have. I mean, I have a lot of friends. If I were to count, I'd probably be around 30 to 40 friends. And the amount of people I know would be like nearly 100 people. But 30 to 40 friends. And the only people that I talk to are the closest. Only two people that I've talked to. So you can see that there's a difference in between, does the amount of friends that you have really matter? Really, it doesn't. Okay, I'll say that I'll come to a compromise on here that I think your freshman year of high school, for example, I'm just gonna take my own personal life because if it's like middle school, then yeah, I guess you could apply it to freshman year. But I feel like if it's your very first year, you want to get somewhere. Okay, if you start off slow, that's okay. As in, what I mean when you start off slow, as I mean you don't make a lot of friends, but it's good to start a base first. You like kind of establish a gigantic friend group, and then you pick out of all of those, and you'll learn throughout your sophomore year, your junior year, and eventually your senior year, which is I think where you finalize it, is which ones are your closest friends. Which ones are you seriously think you're going to talk to when you go to college? Because when you go to college, you're going to a completely different institution. All of your friends are going to go to completely different places unless you coordinate with them. And that's the question. Which of your friends would you want to coordinate with? Which ones of your friends do you think you're actually going to say, hey, why don't we try and apply to this particular college and we can get in and we can have fun? That's about friends. Which ones are the most important to you? Which ones do you honestly think that you would want to communicate with, that you want to have for a good amount of time in your life? When you get super old, no, I mean super old, but I mean like when you have a family, you're gonna even lose more friends. You're gonna come down to maybe like one or two. Some people have four. I would imagine, like when they go to the bar or something like that. Yeah, you have a couple friends to go out and have a little 1 or 2 days with, but then most of your time is reserved for your family. So you don't have a lot of time. So spend it while you do have the time. Like right now, my current position right now is I'm a 17-year-old, a high schooler, junior. So I have time to make friends, and I've made a lot of friends. But the ones I only talk to on a day-to-day basis, there's a lot less than you would think. Okay, I only talked to a couple. If you manage to have a lot of good friends, imagine all of your friends are somehow super close, or you have so many amount of friends that the amount of close friends that you have is not that big of a difference. You have so many close friends because people just absolutely love you. You're like the best guy. They're the best people. You got the best friend groups. Okay, so now you got a lot of friends. Good for you. Okay, now you can talk to like a bajillion people on a day-to-day basis. Cool, you can do that. But that does not necessarily make your current lifestyle better than a person who may have less friends, but he or she has good close friends. The point is, how close are those friends? That it makes an impact on your current like life, on how you feel, how you see the world, how you see yourself, and how you see how well you're doing. Because humans just naturally have personal mental self checks. They go and they think to themselves, they'll stop what they're doing, they just like probably gaze at the ceiling and they just say, is this my life? Is my life currently really good? You know, they think about that and they'll compare it to other people's lifestyles that they know. And that's just a normal human thing to do. It's always comparing and analyzing. That's just the normal human mind. If you don't do that, then maybe there is something wrong. Maybe you should start doing that because really it's good. It's good to have influence. I'm never gonna say to you guys that it's not good to have influences. I am the type of person to say not all influences are good. I'm the type of person to say maybe limit your influences on certain things because you guys have heard me say that in the past. You know, certain things like the clothes you wear, sometimes you get some wiggle room about what entirely is good. What do you consider good? You know, it's when it's subjective, I think that opinion yours should matter the most. Like when it says when you're asking yourself, should I pay the bills? That's not subjective at all. You should pay the bills. Otherwise, you might get evicted, right? If you're living in an apartment, or even if you live in a house, you gotta pay your bills. Otherwise, there's gonna be consequences. But when it comes to how do I do my hair? Should I shave? Should I don't know, put lip gloss on or like well not lip gloss but like lip balm or whatever. I don't know. That depends on you, right? It's your personal decision. That should come down to you. Yeah, people can influence you. Your parents probably know best, but it should be your decision that is your final decision. When it comes to certain things that are really important and they don't seem so subjective, they seem like it's a natural thing you should do, maybe you should consider other people's opinion. So, when it comes to friends, okay, and this kind of leads to friends too, in a way, but that's for a different topic. I was going to talk about how friends should influence you. Or actually, no, that is important here. It should also matter about how you determine who is a close friend. How do you categorize your friends into this is a fun, cool, and close friend group, and here is the not so fun, close friend group. How do you categorize that? Well, there should be different ways, right? A couple things I actually learned based on watching videos about this because I love learning about human mind in a way, mindset, about how people interact. I like learning about that too. Just not like when I don't actually study it. I just watch things on my phone that have to do with that. But I learned that a couple things that you uh, might want to consider when you're asking yourself, is this friend a close friend or a bad friend or just not so close friend? It's if they personally care about you. If you win an award, right? Let's just say here I actually have an award to show you guys. I got perfect attendance at this choir that I went to. Um, if you win this and you're super happy and passionate about it, you're like, oh, I won this, and you show it to your friend, and your friend goes, oh, that's cool, and that's it. Then there shouldn't really be too much of a there should not be too much of a reaction if your friend is not a close friend. That's different, right? Then if in the other on the other hand, if you won this and you're super passionate about it, and then your friend goes, "Oh my gosh, that's so awesome," and they compliment you, and you can probably see it in their face when or their voice when you hear them talk to you about it, and they compliment you and they praise you. You can tell who is a close friend or someone you want to hang out with. So that's something you should consider too. Okay, that's something you should really consider. Or another thing that I learned is do they want to hear what you have to say? Do they personally care about you? Do they personally think that like they want to hang around you? Like when they see you, they get super excited. When they see you, they come over to say hi. They don't just, they wait for you to say hi to them. They'll actually say hi to you. That's when you know that you have a good friend. Okay, so that's how you determine that. And my point, and also, guys, I'm gonna have to close early because I have a lunch to go to. I didn't realize that I was gonna have to do this early, but unfortunately, I do. So sorry, guys. 10th live stream is gonna be a little cut off, but it's okay. We'll just get done with it in a couple minutes because this message is also kind of short too. But the main point is that you have to determine who's a close friend and who's not. It's really important that you do, because when you do that, then you have your whole life ahead of you. You can already determine certain factors. Hi. You can already determine certain factors that will affect your life in the future. Who do I want to hang out with when my family's not around, right? Like, let's just say your wife is at work, your kids are at school, you got nothing to do. So then what do? Well, you can go hang out with your friends, right? You have buddies to go hang out with. And it's important that you have those because they will affect you. And something that my dad brought up that was really, really, I guess, intellectually resounding that I heard from him from saying is that it will shape the way you, how you find a girlfriend or a boyfriend, how you shape your future relationships that are more closer towards starting a family, getting married, right? That kind of stuff. So I thought that was really important that he said that because it's true. If the way that you're able to, attract people, the way you're able to make people like you, that's you're gonna have to take those skills into consideration when you find yourself a partner. And now, does that mean that I'm not gonna be able to find a partner? No, I think that I will do okay. Sure, I might be later than other people. I know a lot of kids who are my age and who are currently juniors who had um, a girlfriend or boyfriend when they were in freshman year or sophomore year. A lot of people have been in relationships or started relationships earlier than I have. In fact, a lot of people start relationships and then they end them and then they start a new one before I have. So I haven't even. I'm currently no. I'm not doing that right now. I'm still working on finding close friends, and I'm still working on myself. So that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not gonna make it out. No, I probably will. I think that I'll probably find someone by the time I get to college, or if I don't, then that's okay. I'll find someone at some point. But the, you know, I can still find myself with good skills. It doesn't really necessarily mean that I won't be able to find someone. I think that what having close friends does it helps you practice. Okay, maybe if I were to go on a date, I would not be nearly as natural as if I were to have close friends. That's where I think the really what my dad was trying to get at, or the crux of the point, was that yeah, right, because having close friends, being able to attract people, that shows you that you're capable of it, that you're competent, you're adequate for this relationship that you're going to try and build. If I were to go out on a date with absolutely nothing, right, I don't have any friends at all, I might act a little awkward. I might not know the current ways to attract someone. I might not open the door, hold the door for my girlfriend or whatever. But that's kind of, I'm looking into the future a little bit much. But I think that's what was going on. And I think that's where I should take away from this. I want to share that with you guys because I think that would be really important for you guys. I think that you guys will take something away from this, and hopefully you guys will learn that that's the way you should handle your relationships or friendships, is that you should check out if you have close friends or not. And if you don't have a lot of close friends, or you don't have a lot of friends in general, that's okay. Okay? I'm here with you, honestly, guys. I don't have that many close friends. But don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. Okay? It might be a hindrance in the future to your relationships, but it isn't a really bad thing. Okay? And you can learn from it even without close friends. Einstein, he didn't have a lot of friends. He was in his study most of the time, but look at him. He was the smartest guy, one of the smartest guys alive at his time. I think he may have been the smartest guy alive at his time. I think I learned chemistry class. There was like, I think Niels Bohr, another chemist, was even smarter than him. But there's debates that were going on between them and controversies. But you know, so you don't necessarily have to have a lot of close friends. Don't think it's not gonna make you unsuccessful. Okay, there will be certain things that that's definitely gonna affect. But for the most part, you can live your life without a lot of close friends, and you'll be okay. I will probably live my life without a lot of close friends. I'm gonna be okay. I think I will. And I'll share you guys with my journey throughout the way. So I think that's something important that you guys want to know. I'm gonna have to end it off here. Sorry guys, but I have to go to lunch. So I will see you all soon next week, and that would be my 11th live stream. So I'm looking forward to that. And I will show you in the community tab about what my next topic will be. So I'm not so iffy today. I was a little unprepared, but I'm glad I got that out. It kind of was fresh in my mind anyway. So I'll see you guys the next time. Have a good one, guys. Videos are coming out soon, so look forward to that. Not today because I just did a live stream. So see you guys. Have a good one.